All right, so guys, I posted this inside the community group yesterday talking about our challenge, which is not even a challenge itself, right? It's really just a protocol, right? A 28-day reset. And this is going to be starting on May 5th. Now, if you guys are watching this and it's past May 5th, still do this challenge yourself or do this 28-day reset yourself, whether you're a part of Heartletics or not. I know some people are going to be listening to this on Spotify, Apple iTunes, or just watching on YouTube. This is going to be very valuable when it comes to anybody that is just looking to lose more body fat, get in better shape. And once again, these are just simple things that we should all go back from time to time, reset, refocus, recalibrate, right, on some of the basics that matter the most. And this is once again going to be the core four 28-day reset. How it's going to look like is this is for one whole week, we're just bringing awareness, in terms of just one habit. And then the following week, we're going to continue that habit, but build upon and add another one in, right? Almost like habit stacking, so to speak. But the main like reason we're doing this is once again to gain more awareness, gain more clarity, because so much so, hey, we might be crushing in the gym, but we're not tracking our best with our food. And maybe that's hurting us from getting results, or vice versa. We could be crushing it with the nutrition and crushing it with the training, but maybe we're not sleeping enough, or maybe we're not getting enough steps, or maybe we're not drinking enough water, whatever the case may be. And that's only hurting us from actually seeing results. So, starting on May 5th, this is when we're going to start running the 28-day reset. And how it's going to look like is this. The very first week, the first habit that we're going to be focusing on is sleep, right? Recovery, because that matters so much. The following week, we're going to be focusing still on sleep, but we're also going to be adding in steps, right? NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. I say this all the time. You guys don't need to go for runs, swimming, elliptical, stair climber, tons and tons of cardio. You don't need that. You just need basic movements. You can do that walking outside. You can do that even in the convenience of your own home, walking inside. The third week, we're focusing on sleep, steps, but also hydration, right? Trying our best to get in at least a gallon of water a day. If we can get in more, awesome. Once again, it's just about pushing ourselves and making sure that we're resetting. And then that fourth and final week, this is where we're focusing on sleep, steps, hydration, but also tracking our food. Um, Recently, when I talked about plateaus and kind of stalls that everybody kind of goes through on their weight loss journey, it seems to be a common denominator based upon the research that I was doing with like Dr. Eric Helms, Lane Norton, right? Guys who are doctors, right, in the health and fitness industry, so much knowledge that they have, and everybody seems to come together and all say the same thing. Typically, when there's stalls or plateaus, it's mostly from just mistracking our food. And I can say I'm one to blame, right? There's plenty of times where I'm not tracking the barbecue sauce that I'm putting on my rice and my meat and my veggie bowls. I'm not tracking the cheese. And over time, if let's say I'm missing out on, let's say, 60 calories with the sauce, 60 calories with the cheese, well, that's 120 calories right there. If I'm having three of those bowls a day, which I normally am because I'm a creature of habit, well, hey, that's about 360 calories right there. You add in some other things that I'm just not tracking for, I'm easily 500, 600, maybe even up to 1,000 calories on some days off from actually being in a calorie deficit. And obviously that just hurts, right? Me on my fat loss journey. So May 5th, this is when it's going to start. I want to give you guys really good value in today's episode, going over some of the health benefits of these core four habits, and then also some of the tips. And at the very end, I have a cheat sheet that you guys can simply just take away for yourselves, print it out somewhere, or just keep it maybe on your phone or on your computer. That way, if you ever need any kind of help or some guidance, you at least have a easy to follow cheat sheet that you guys can go back to. Excuse me, I went on here on ChatGPT and I just simply asked, hey, I'm running a 28-day reset for my online fitness coaching clients. I broke down everything when it comes to how we're going to be running the challenge, but then I wanted it to specifically give me some prompts, talking about just the health benefits of each individual habit, but then also some tips. So that way, once again, everybody that is watching this right now, whether you're a part of our online coaching community or not, maybe you're just out there trying to lose some body fat on your own and you're watching this on YouTube or listening on Spotify, I want to give you guys lots of value in today's episode. So let's first talk about sleep. We'll talk about the health benefits, And then we'll talk about ways to actually improve on that sleep because I know this is sometimes one of the habits that a lot of guys struggle with. And I'll always be the one to point the finger at myself first and raise my hand and just say, this is an issue for me because I think I'm just wired to go, 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 grind, 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 right? And it's like stay up late, wake up early, I'll sleep when I'm dead mentality. But that mentality is only hurting me when it comes to seeing better results. And it's only hurting me when it comes to not improving the best mentally as well. So, number one, when it comes to health benefits of sleep, it says here that it boosts fat. Excuse me, it boosts fat loss, right? And also muscle recovery. Sleep improves hormonal balance, right? Helps you regulate your appetite. It also boosts muscle recovery through HGH production. It also helps with just improves your brain functionality, reduces stress and anxiety, strengthens your immune system, and it also balances your hormones. Okay, so those are some of the benefits. Let's talk about ways that we can improve sleep. And I'll give you guys like one of my cheat sheets here that I personally use all the time. And I might sound like a broken record because I always say how it just helps me. Maybe it can potentially help you guys as well. So, number one here on ways to improve your sleep, stick with a consistent bedtime slash wake up time. Okay. If it's like, hey, some nights I'm going to sleep at 8:30, some nights I'm going to sleep at 10:30, some nights I'm going to sleep at 9. It's inconsistent. That's not going to help you, right? When it comes to your circadian rhythm. So your body's a machine, it's always going to adapt. So I recommend for this one, set an exact time. Just like how most people wake up in the morning, they have an alarm that goes off right on their phone. Put an alarm that goes off on your phone when it's time to just shut down all electronics, go to sleep. And that brings us to tip number two is limit the screen time 1 hour before bed. This is, your TV, this is your laptops, this is your phones, this is your iPads, whatever the case may be, shut it down. Number three, create a wind down routine. And this could be stretching, reading, prayer, meditation. For me, what always knocks me out is reading a book. And that's just because I'm not a good reader by any means. And it typically always makes me tired. Doesn't matter what time of the day, I'm getting tired reading books because I'm not a book reader. Okay. So it might be able to help you guys out. Number four, keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. And this is ideal for you as a good sleep environment that you should be in. And then number five, avoid caffeine and large meals 3 to 4 hours before bedtime. Okay. One thing that really helps me out when it comes to just getting more quality sleep and getting to sleep a lot faster is Sleepy Time Tea. You guys can buy that on Amazon. You guys can buy that at a grocery store, probably. Just literally type in Google Sleepy Time Tea. You'll be able to find it. What I like to do is just add in a little bit of coffee creamer, add in a scoop or two of protein powder, mix it up with a frother, and I'm good to go. Let's go on to NEAT next, right? Steps, basic movement. So, as far as the health benefits, we're looking for cardiovascular health, number one. It boosts your calorie burn throughout the course of the day. And then this one I've noticed tremendously, especially with the warmer weather getting here in Cleveland, Ohio, and I can be outside more, just moving my body, walking around a lot more. It reduces a lot of joint and stiffness, specifically for me and my knees. So that's huge. Number four, enhances mental clarity and mood. And then number five, lowers the risk of chronic diseases such as diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity. So, as far as different tips to get more steps in, so set a goal and track it daily. That could be using an app, that could be using a fitness watch, whatever is convenient for you, just start tracking it. And start small also. So, if you're somebody that you have just started tracking your steps, seeing how many you're getting each and every day, see how much you're getting on average, right, throughout the course of the week. If let's say you're only getting 3,000 steps a day, don't try to aim for 8,000. Don't try to aim for 10,000 because sometimes those big leaps, they don't work, right? It might be good to do for a short period of time, but eventually it's so much of a shift outside of our normal routine that we fall off track. And I see this with guys all the time when it comes to following a diet. They'll go on a ketogenic diet where they'll just cut out all their carbohydrates. They'll be able to follow for a few short days, but it's not sustainable. Life throws them stress. They go back to their old ways. And then they get so discouraged and they give up. And then that bad wolf starts lying, right? Feeding the negativity, feeding the self doubt that, hey, you're not good enough. You'll never be successful on your weight loss journey, right? Why even start again? So, once again, when it comes to giving yourself a goal, if you're only at 3,000 steps now, start off with 4,000, right? And then make it 5,000 and then make it six. Your health and fitness journey, it's a marathon, right? It's a destination that never ends. It's not a sprint. So we don't need to bite off too much that we can chew right now. All right, number two here, guys, when it comes to getting more steps in, park farther away or take the stairs. So if you're somebody that is just going to the grocery store, don't try to look for the closest parking spot. Instead, try to park far as possible as you can, right? And it's just those small little things that, once again, they add up over time. We're not trying to bite off too much that we can chew right now. It's just those small little things that we can do. They're going to help us progress a lot more with getting more steps in. Number three, this is what I personally like to do, is go for short walks after each meal. And that does not even need to be outside. That can just be right around your house, or that could be in the convenience of your own office. Just get up and move your body. It's going to help with just regulating your blood sugar, also helps with digestion. Personally, for me, if I'm having a big meal, also, I'm going to feel sleepy and drowsy a little bit afterwards. But I noticed that as soon as I start moving my body right when I get done eating that meal, it helps just release some of that where I'm not so drowsy and I can actually just do a better job being more mentally focused and clarity when it comes to getting work done after eating that. Number four, take a walk and talk meetings or cell phone or calls, right? On the phone, whatever the case may be. This has been one of the biggest tips that I think for any business owner, executive, anybody like that that comes in this coaching program, I always give them this tip and it always works, you know? Or if let's just say you can't because maybe it's a video chat call or Zoom, whatever the case may be, get a stand-up desk and just move your body up and down, move it side to side, however you can. If you want to also get a walking pad, that helps us as well. You know, so the name of the game for this one, guys, is just don't be so sedentary. And if let's just say you can't do that, you can't, call somebody on the phone and get up and walk around the office. If let's say you can't get a stand-up desk and you can't get a walking pad that's underneath your stand-up desk, right? All you need to do is just set an alarm on your phone, maybe every hour on the hour, to just get up and move your body. On the Heartletics app, this is where we'll typically add in a step booster, where once again, you're just hopping in place. You don't even need to go for a walk. You're just hopping in place, almost like you're pretending like you're jumping rope. And it may seem silly to do, but trust me, right? If you do that just 4 or 5 times throughout the course of the day, just right there at work, you're adding in thousands of extra steps. And the best part is, once again, we're not going to the gym. We're not doing anything convenient or that's not inconvenience for us. We're not going for a walk somewhere, right? You're spending more time. We're doing this right at work, right? So it's almost like killing two birds with one stone. And then lastly, number five is set a daily walk, just like an appointment. For me personally, guys, I live my Google Calendar, and if you guys ever saw it, the thing is nonstop with different things, different meetings, tasks, non-negotiables, everything like that. And I get reminders on my phone, so it's very simple for me to just have some, task, have some reminders. It's right there in my Google Calendar. Hey, make sure we're doing this, okay? Also, obviously, being a part of the Heartletics app and having my own client accounts, I have different non-negotiables, different habits in there as well as these reminders for myself. And it's just convenient because if you're constantly seeing it, like, hey, I need to go do this, it makes it a lot easier to actually get it done. The third habit now, hydration, okay? For some people, this is easy. For some people, this is a struggle. Let's talk about the health benefits first, right? To gain that awareness, and we'll talk about some tips on how to improve just drinking more quality, okay? Number one, boost metabolism and fat loss. I talk about this all the time. All right. Your body's over 65, 70% water. So the more water that you're consuming, the more you're staying hydrated. It's helping with lipolysis, right? Which is your body's hormonal response when it comes to losing body fat. Okay. You don't believe me? Start drinking more water. You'll instantly see the number on the scale go down faster. Okay. Number two, improves physical performance. And this is because, once again, hydration, guys, I want you to think about this as not just drinking water. I want you to think about recovery. Okay. I say this all the time. You could be crushing it in the gym, crushing it with the nutrition, but if you're not properly recovered, right, recovering your body properly, you're just going to be hurting yourself from seeing better results. So, in terms of getting better results at the gym, in terms of getting better results when it comes to pushing yourself, lifting more weights, hydration helps with recovery. Okay. Number three, it aids in just detoxing your body. helping flush out any kind of toxins, especially that's, through your kidneys and just sweating it all out of your body. Number four, promotes healthier skin. Number five, supports brain and also mood function. Okay. So if you're feeling like fatigue, headaches, fogginess, just start drinking more water. Okay. I recommend also, I got my water bottle right here. I put in just a little bit of apple cider vinegar, a little bit of lemon juice, helps me just a detox, but also I put in electrolytes in here just to once again help my body stay more hydrated for recovery purposes. As far as the 5 tips to drink more water, number one says start your day with just drinking more water. Before having coffee, before anything like that, before your breakfast, just start slamming some water. And that's typically what I do, right? I'll take one of these water bottles and literally just drink as much as I can first thing in the morning. And if you think about it, your body hasn't got any liquids in throughout the course of the nighttime. So it's dehydrated anyways. So immediately when you're waking up, if you can drink some water, specifically also put maybe in some electrolytes, you can really start helping your body just stay more hydrated immediately right from the morning. Number two, carry a water bottle with you anywhere you go. Number three, set hourly reminders. Very similar to what we talked about earlier with just getting more steps in. Sometimes you just need a reminder, whether that's on your phone and just it being an alarm, or it's a habit that's we can put in for you right there on the Heartletics app. That's, hey, just drinking more water. Okay. Number four, flavor your water with lemon or one of those 0 calorie, flavor enhancers, anything like that. Once again, I use lemon juice. I use apple cider vinegar. That's just what works for me. Number five, drink a glass of water before each meal. All right. Number four, this is going to be the toughest one, in my opinion, for most people, but it's going to yield to the best results as far as this 28-day reset, and that's tracking your food. And I mean tracking everything. As much as it sounds like it's a pain in the butt, it's only helping you guys improve on your craft. I know for me, when I was doing MMA and boxing, there were certain, sessions, specifically wrestling for me, because I never grew up wrestling. I hated it, right? I was just getting destroyed with wrestlers left to right. I was good at jujitsu. I was good at kickboxing, Muay Thai. But anytime there was a wrestling session, man, I'm getting taken down left to right. I'm not able to take these guys down. They're sprawling on me. It was hard. It was a pain in the butt. But guess what? That training session made the fights a lot easier for me because when I was versing any kind of, wrestlers that was their pedigree, that was their background, and were, fighting in the cage, I have that experience. But those training sessions sucked. They were not fun by any means. Think about it just like this, guys. The tracking of the food, and I mean everything, it's not going to be the funnest thing, but once again, it's going to prepare you for getting better results. So, top 5 tips, right? One, and this is the biggest thing while we're doing this 28-day reset, guys, it increases awareness and also accountability. Number two, it helps create a calorie deficit or a surplus. Obviously, you guys don't need to worry about this. We're not focusing on gaining weight, we're focusing on losing weight, and that's why you need to make sure that you're in a calorie deficit. Number three, it reveals patterns or problems with food, right? Or problem with foods. So, as I mentioned earlier, I'm like a creature of habit. I typically eat the same foods, and some foods I'm not tracking. With once again, like the barbecue sauce and the cheese that I told you guys earlier, that adds up over time, you know? So those are the patterns that I got to actually see just from dialing in, just saying, hey, for one whole week, I'm tracking everything under the sun. I just want to get a preference. I just want to see what happens. And I was way over for my calorie goals. Okay. So bringing this all to awareness, you can actually see where the issue is. Okay. Number four, it improves portion control. Number five, it increases long-term success. Just like what I talked about with like the MMA, the wrestling, helping you be better prepared for those fights. It's those training sessions that, hey, it's not fun to do, but it's only going to help you guys have more success on your fitness journey longer. And then the top 5 tips when it comes to tracking your food, track everything, even the small bites. As much as it's a pain in the butt, track it. You guys can use a food tracker app. So here are some few ones. If you guys don't have access to our app, the Heartletics training app, that you guys can simply download and start plugging away. Number three, this one is, Bill, for example, that's on today's coaching call. He does this all the time, and I am a huge proponent of this, guys. Like, please make sure that you're just pre-logging your meals either the morning or the day before. It's just the easiest way to stick to a plan, hold yourself accountable to all this. And also, you can actually furthermore guesstimate when it comes to, hey, if I'm going out to eat, if I'm doing this, and maybe there's some certain meals that you don't know. Like if you're going to Cheesecake Factory or you're going to Red Robin or anything like that, you don't actually know the exact calorie, right? Even if it's on the website, they're still using cooking oils. There's still other things that's going to add up to it. You might be snacking here and there. So when you pre-log your food, you can get a good range to say, okay, how do I hit my macros? How do I hit my protein? How do I save some wiggle room just in case we're going out here and I want to eat this, and try to guesstimate and log it the best way possible. Number four, weigh and measure portions for accuracy. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not the biggest fan of doing this, and that's because with me, when I tried doing this, when I first got started on my health and fitness journey, it created such an OCD, bad, negative relationship with food with me that I was like, all right, I'm not doing this ever again. And this is why, once again, we're doing this 28-day reset as gaining awareness, as focusing on improving these, but we're not trying to be obsessed with this long term. Okay. So when it comes to this week, if you guys have a scale to weigh out your food, that's great. I personally do not use one of those. I used to in the past. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of it, but at least I'm measuring my portions right properly, different measuring cups, etc., to making sure that, hey, I'm not missing out on anything. I'm crossing my T's, I'm dotting my I's. Okay. And then lastly, I think this is just a friendly reminder for everybody, is don't aim for perfection, aim for consistency. So if you happen to, miss out on one of these days or overeat, don't beat yourself out about it. This is just a 28-day reset. It's all about gaining awareness. We don't need to cause any kind of problems or negative relationships when it comes to food or tracking or anything like that. This is just for awareness. And for us doing this, right, starting May 5th, it's for us to just hold each other accountable and work together as a team, as a unit, to just improve on these habits. So that way we're just having further more success on our fat loss journey. Now, ChatGPT was very nice. It simply asked me as the next prompt is, hey, would you like me to create a printable or visual for your clients? And I said, yeah, absolutely. So this is what I got. Share with you guys this. This is just a little 2-page PDF. And if you guys want access to this, let me know. I can send it over your way. If you're somebody that's watching this on YouTube or listening on Spotify or iTunes, send me over a message. You guys can email me info@heartletics.com and I'll just send you over the guide. It's just the same things that we just talked about. Okay. Here are top 5 tips for the health benefits for sleep, ways to improve, right? And then going for those other habits like steps, hydration, right? And then lastly, tracking of the food.